Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This week, Centaur Bob rejects psychology, dabs like a champ, and has a throbbing Richard. Wade is a milky chap, waggles his manly knees, and says no to larceny. Innumerate Mark is embarrassed by star treatment, probes his pals deeply, and proclaims it should hurt less the second time. From Guitar Hero to Fish Tars, yes, it's time for Would You Rather, Part 2. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello, gentle listeners and gentle viewers. Those of you who are watching the incredible, unbelievable, Cirque du Soleil level of display that is only available in the video portions on Spotify, you are the luckiest of all to witness with your own eyes the magnificence that is the video portion of this podcast. It puts the audio segment to shame. Anyone that's only listening to the audio, imagine all the things that they're missing out on. And that's all that they can do. They can only... Oh, God, Bob.
Well, I'm trying to keep it spicy for the kids. Is that bad?
I was going to twerk, but I didn't want to get up.
Yeah. Anyway, if you were watching the podcast, you probably just cringed out of existence. But welcome to Distractible, the podcast where you do that on a daily, well, actually on a bi-weekly basis. Bi-weekly?
What a terrible term. A word that could literally mean every 2 weeks or twice a week. And it's impossible to tell which one you mean. He means twice a week, though.
I mean twice a week. Yeah, we are now a twice-a-week podcast. Yeah, so my name is Mark, also known as Markiplier. I am the host for this week. I beat my losing streak, and I am back on top. Not quite on top. I'm still not. I don't think I have the number one number of wins anymore, even after I get my ones back. But I'm gunning for it. I'm on the route upwards.
You're ahead of Wade, I think, technically.
Ooh, that's good to know.
But based on my tabulations, you're one ahead of Wade.
But that means that you're in first place, right?
Oh, yeah, it's not even close.
I think it might be closer than you think.
I think both of you are biased towards me and against each other. I think that's the thing that's happening. And I am incredibly fair.
I would like to propose an alliance.
I'm listening.
How about we trade wins constantly and make Bob a loser for every single one of these?
You couldn't.
Well, you're going to have to sweeten the pot a little bit. What's in it for me?
To win.
All right, you've talked me into it. Good work.
Like what he said is what's in it. That's the full volume of that container.
Mm-hmm. All right. But my name may be Markiplier, but I'm joined by my good friends Bob and Wade, who are also competitors in this arena of Distractible. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Great.
Yeah, having a good time.
Anything new in your lives?
My baby forgot how to drink out of bottles.
What do you do when that happens?
Or what do you do?
I mean, so he doesn't normally drink out of bottles is the thing, right? Mandy feeds him. He's breastfeeding. But he was good at bottles, and then we were like, nah, you don't need those. And now Mandy's trying to go back to work because she has a job. And so he needs to drink out of bottles again, and he's all, I hate this. I'll murder you. And it's really unpleasant so far. So that's a problem.
Interesting.
Have you tried doing the airplane?
I was just about to go I'm unqualified to give advice, and then here comes Wade, advice man, baby master.
Dude, I have been an uncle 7 times over, and I have never had to feed a baby. So trust me when I say I don't know what I'm talking about, and you should listen to me.
Well, I have to be honest, I haven't tried the airplane, but he doesn't fully know what his hands are yet, so I'm not sure if an airplane is going to appeal that much to him.
Have you tried Bing Chilling?
Is that John Cena ice cream?
I think so, yeah. John Cena's ice cream company in China, absolutely.
I was thinking that was the guy that sang Christmas songs, but that's Bing Crosby.
Who's Bing Crosby? Should I know who that is?
What? You would if the right Christmas song played on, you would recognize it.
Yeah, if you ask me anybody's name, I'm not really going to know it, but I'm sure if I saw or heard something, maybe I would.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Probably.
Yeah. But anyway, we know all about Bob's baby. Wade, we want to hear what's going on in your life. What new adventures are you up to? What new things have you gotten up to?
I went clothes shopping for the first time since I had hair, and I got this.
What a strange designation.
I don't get new clothes very often.
Did you go clothes shopping at American Eagle? Are we still in high school?
I had a gift card. I got new shorts too.
You got new shorts? I would never know that those were new basketball shorts.
If you saw the way the old ones were, dude, they were a problem. My old basketball shorts, like the lining was all dead, so I almost died in them several times. Going up and down stairs, they would just drop.
How would that kill you?
Isn't there a drawstring?
Because I would trip and fall and break my neck and die.
You tie the drawstring and they stay on.
Yeah, but it's too tight for like convenient peeing and stuff.
You tie a bow so you can untie it.
Yeah, but then you got to retie it. So I just occasionally pull the strings, hope that it stays for a while, regret when it doesn't, and then...
What if you just, like, reach up one leg and pull it out the leg hole? That could be more convenient. Then you could tie it.
Isn't the most convenient way to pee in gym shorts just to unravel your enormous penis and pee out the pant leg?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell him to do.
Yeah.
Like, you go out the
Everyone
pant leg.
can do that, right?
Just you got to re-spool it afterwards, but...
All of my shorts are baggy enough where, yeah, my giant throbbing dick would fit through, but just don't really want to deal with that.
Why you gotta make it gross, man?
I think it already was. I just wanted to emphasize the fact that we've probably already gone too far by taking it to the extreme.
You
far.
wrecked that with the
Yeah, you
throbbing
made
part.
it bad.
Wrecked it like I wrecked your mom's.
Oh.
Well, weirdly enough, I was gonna say this brings us to the topic of the day, but it suddenly didn't. It suddenly no longer does.
Throbbing penis. I love this episode.
Yes, because today we are going to be debating the questions that are burning in people's minds across the internet, and we're gonna be. It's Would You Rather. Hit the music, Will.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So there's wrong answers, is what you're saying.
It's not so much that there's wrong answers, because Would You Rather, I've actually pre-selected quite a few of these that are kind of really close to 50-50. There are some rogue elements that are like a bigger discrepancy, but I thought they might be a good discussion. But of these, how it's going to work is I'm going to present the Would You Rather. You each are going to pick which one, and it could be the same one. There's no exclusivity here. Debate if you want, like debate if you disagree or whatever. But a lot of these are almost exactly like really close to 50-50 splits.
I'm sure that's how it'll play out, too. I'm sure Wade and I will be very divided.
Yeah, there's Bob answers and there's Wade and Mark answers. We know how this works.
Hey, wait a minute. What's wrong with my answers? I get your answers being low, but what's mine?
Have you seen the win columns where Bob is and where we are? So clearly there's a problem.
I like that Mark wasn't just like, don't make me. He was like, don't group me with you. I'm not with you. In that group, I'm in a different group than that.
Yeah, man, come on. What are you doing here?
Oh, okay. Well, you're in the losers club. I'm in the losers extreme, I guess.
No, that sounds cool. I want to be in Losers Extreme.
No, you already said you don't want in. You don't get to want to be there now.
You've got the Losers Ultimate subscription. Mark is just a regular loser.
Can I get the Losers Pro? Can I please? Pro Plus?
It does give you access to the losers beta.
All right.
Can I get it? Can I get into the losers lounge at the airport?
Oh, man, I can't wait. Oh, did I tell you about my crazy experience going through the airport on the way back from the Spotify presentation?
No.
Oh, man, how have I not talked about this? Because I was trying to remember this so that I could talk about it on... Okay, so hold on the Would You Rather, because I had the experience that apparently has always been available for people of who quote unquote need it, and I did not need it at this time. So I was
Is this like a famous person thing?
Yeah, exactly. So I was talking to Spotify like, ooh, I hope I make my flight back because we start filming the movie right after I get back. So I tell them this and I'm like, okay, I just got to make sure I get out the door right away and I should be fine. And they're like, oh, let's get you the concierge service at LAX. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but sure, whatever. So I get there and I'm making good time. Like I get at the airport about 30 minutes before 45 minutes before the flight's supposed to depart.
That's doable.
It's doable. It's totally doable. If like TSA was bad, yeah, but it wasn't even busy.
I always go for 2 hours, but 45 minutes would scare me, but that's time. It's time.
You live differently than us.
Yeah, and I actually had gotten like, just for that, I got the subscription to like Clear to get through there, just because I'm like, I want to make sure I can get through totally fine because I have to get back. So I had all that. I didn't need all that, apparently. That was all bunk because this guy meets me at the drop-off, and he's an employee of the airline, and the airport, and he walks me this way. He's like, hey, come this way. And I'm like, I see like the line of security. And then he goes to that back door with all the signs that are like, no entry. You may not enter here. You will not allowed. And he goes boop, 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 on the keypad, scans his pass, and he's like, come on in. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Like,
what the hell?
I went in to the back tunnels of the airport and going through, and he kept talking to me like, yeah, sorry, we got to do this. We're going to build eventually. LAX is going to have a more streamlined thing. You'll have your own drop off. And I'm like, I don't want this.
I have a Markiplier drop off section.
Are the back tunnels like being behind the scenes of Disney? Like Mickey takes his head off, smoking a cigarette back there?
No,
the
literally.
pilot sitting back there with the pilot head off, and it's just like a teenager just like, I fucking hate this job. God damn it.
Wait, that took me a second.
God.
Yeah, exactly like that. I saw like a little bit of the baggage stuff, and he goes. I go up the stairs, and all it was to get upstairs to the security line. We didn't even need to go in the back. It was just being like he was trying to protect my identity. I'm like, maybe a couple people will recognize me at an airport. I'm not any kind of a sass, so I feel like just this asshole because he gets me in, and you cannot bypass TSA. You still have to go through, and there's only like 20 people ahead in the line.
But you cut ahead of all of those.
And he cut me ahead of all of them. And I'm like, I'm so, oh God, this is so, like, I was so embarrassed. I was incredibly embarrassed because they all look at me. And when, like, he gets me past all the thing, he scans my boarding pass and he gets me through. And then it's to wait to drop off through the x-rays. And there's a few people ahead. There's like maybe 5. And he's like, let's cut through. And I'm like, oh no, please. Like, cause they are literally about to go up and put their stuff down. And he's like, no, come on. I'm like, and I actually go, no, like, please don't. And then I turn to apologize to the other people. But it was that weird thing where they just looked at me, and for those of video seeing that, they looked at me like this, just turned and looked at me like this. It was the weirdest thing of they didn't know what the hell was going on, so they didn't even know why I was apologizing. So it was just like, and I awkwardly walked to the back of the line again. And then I got through security, and then he guided me outside, and suddenly I was on the tarmac. I was on the tarmac. I got in a car that he was driving, and he drove me to my gate from the outside. And he had to stop and wait for a plane to pass. That's where I was, where the planes were, and I was like, why?
Like honking, like, damn LA traffic on the tarmac.
No, literally, he said a Southwest plane was coming by, and he's like, damn, all these Southwest guys always come in hot. He literally said that.
All these degenerates in their golden airplanes. I hate these guys.
Wait, no, I actually have a picture. I'm not bullshitting either. Let me pull this up real quick, because I asked him, like, hey, can I take a picture of this? Like, I'm not a very good YouTuber, but this is just super weird. He's like, yeah, no problem. I was like, take a picture. And I wish I could remember his name. I don't remember his name, but it's an overexposed.
Yeah, that's like a glowing rectangle.
I can't believe you saw that.
Is that better? So
hey.
I'm in a car on the tarmac, and then he's just driving me around waiting for planes to cross, and I don't know why. And then, I'm just like, where the heck am I? And it was like a nice car, and there's me boarding the plane from the outside. So I go up the stairs.
I'm just glad he had the orange vest on, so that way the planes could see him through his car.
Yeah, it's some law, like a FAA law, where if you're
please tell me the car also had an orange vest on.
No, it was like a black Mercedes something. I don't even know what it was.
The car had to be fancy. That's the whole point, Wade.
Yeah, exactly. And he was very nice, and I was so apologetically being like, I'm so sorry. If I'd known this was, I never would have. He's like, this is fine, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And I was like, thank you. I didn't know. And then I tipped him, and I don't even know if that was supposed to be.
Dude's like, I make $500 an hour, and you handed like $20. He's like, all right, I make $5.20 an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very, very bizarre, but he was extremely nice, and that was.
How do you apply for a job of skip people through line and drive on tarmac?
I don't know. I asked him, but I think it's similar to like the Disneyland guides when they give tours. It was a very similar feeling to that.
It sounds like, but it's the real life version, right? Because when you skip the line at Disney, everyone's kind of like, hey, whoa. But like, it's Disney. So you're like, wait in line for 5 more minutes. Like, it's fine. You're still. But at the airport, people are like, I gotta go home. My mother's in the hospital. I must go. And you're like, I gotta I'll go first. You can wait. You can wait. If you miss the plane, there's another one tomorrow. What are you so worried about? God.
But instead of skipping in front of the entire TSA line, what if you just picked someone you didn't like? You're like, I want to get in front of that guy. So you get like third in line.
Apparently I could have. Yeah, I had had options. And apparently there's going to open up a whole new checkpoint that's completely separate. And I get that for like if you're like a internationally recognized movie star and everyone knows you and you would get swarmed, like I totally understand that.
LAX would have a lot of those, I guess.
I'm not that.
I'm a little surprised that's not a thing LAX has already. Like, of any airport in the world that I can imagine, LAX is the one place where I could see they're like, yeah, well, this is like our celebrity checkpoint, and they have a separate spot, so there's not like people crowding them or whatever, you know, because it's an issue for them too. It's a safety thing. You can't have crowds of people blocking up an airport or in a secure area or whatever. Yeah. But no, that's really.
I would have thought it already existed too, because like NFL players and like professional athletes and stuff that are going through airports all the time, like you'd imagine they'd have something for them to not have to go stand in like the general populace.
That is the concierge services. Like usually you and your security team would go through if you were that type of person, and then they would blockade everyone, and then you would go through, or you just fly your private jet and you would go there.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's a lot more private jets once you get to the place of needing that sort of service. But I know you said you didn't get to skip security at all. I just like to imagine the security guys are like, they scan your bag and they see something and they pull out and they're like, what's this? Is there like an alarm clock with like some red sticks? Duct tape to it? What's it? And the guy's just like, put that back. We don't go through their bags. We don't do that to these people. We don't do that to them. And the security guy's kind of like, oh, I remember this from training. I feel like we were like, no. He's good.
What is dinamite? Is that Italian?
Dinamite.
Is that like Balenciaga? Is that fancy stuff that I wouldn't understand?
La dinamite.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my experience. So back to the subject at hand.
I would rather do that.
Would you?
If we're doing regular airport or what you just described, I pick concierge, please.
Yeah, if I wear my Distractible merch, do I get concierge service? Here's my ID right here, Distractible.
Next time you go to LAX, you call that guy, be like, hey, you working?
You can book it. Anyone can book it.
What?
Anyone can book it.
Does it cost money?
It's a service. Yes, of course, but you can book it.
But yeah, so unless it costs like an unbelievable amount of money, that's kind of sick. Like if you're traveling with like a big family with a lot of kids or something, that might be worth it depending on the price.
It's probably thousands. Thousands. I don't know. I didn't pay for it. Spotify paid for it. It's all good on my book. But anyway, would you rather, tying back to the subject we just talked about, I was going to start with an easy one, but how it's going to work is you guys pick whatever you pick, and whoever picks the more voted one, because that's secret, and the website can show you which one people are actually voting for, wins a point for that one. If you both pick the same one and it's the one, you both get a point. If you both pick the same one and it's not, you don't get a point. If one you picks gets a point. Remember the uncoiling of the penis and, the pants, right?
Sure. Yeah, peeing out your pants leg.
Right. Would you rather always wear pants too high or always wear pants too low?
Are we doing like a countdown or anything, or can we just say what we think?
Bob, you can go first.
Bias already.
You don't stand a chance, Wade. I feel like it's got to be too high.
Too high?
Definitely go for too high all the time.
All right.
I'd rather go too low.
Wade, you want too low?
Is it a narrow margin? Is this like half an inch too low? I'm assuming it's substantial, right? This is more than just like, oops, it's a little low. This is like 6 inches higher or lower than you would want to wear your pants.
Oh, wait, this is pants.
Yeah.
So this is like you're out in public.
What were you thinking it was?
Yeah, what? You don't go anywhere, so you assume that's just life.
Hey, sitting here on this podcast is about as public as it gets for me.
Yeah, all right then.
I'll stick with my answer.
Let's say it's 3 inches too high or 3 inches too low. If it's not enough too low that you would have your dick uncoiling and spilling out onto the floor, but
it might be too high to where you're talking like this.
We gotta get those deep inseams. I'm gonna stick with high.
I'll stick with low.
All right, let's see which one it was. And 56% of people said they want to wear their pants too high. Yeah. So Bob gets the point for that one. Wade gets absolutely nothing.
Well, I thought we were going with what you wanted. We're going with what the public wanted.
Yeah, it's not about what I want. I'm impartial here. This
is fair, Wade.
This is fair.
Fair is fair.
God, I gotta think about what normal people want. Okay, fine. All right, here we go.
Normal people.
Well, I thought you were the judge, so I thought I had a
Why am I
chance.
the judge?
I want to do whatever normal people do. Have we talked about how I like William Shatner's album? He has an album of music. You should check it out.
He has an album?
Yes, he released an album. He doesn't sing. He poems. He recites the lyrics to songs as if they are poetry, but to the songs and rhythmically. So yeah, like slam poetry style. You should check it out. That's one of the tracks. It's called "Normal People." It's a cover of a British pop punk song.
Okay, interesting.
She take my money when I'm in need. Gold digger.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that is actually a rap song also though. So that has rapping in it.
Wait, would you rather bet all of your life savings in roulette on black or on red? And remember, this is all of your life savings. You have to pick one. Are you betting on black or are you betting on red?
What?
I would bet on red.
You would bet on red.
I would.
That's cliche. I would bet on black.
Okay, all right.
Everyone likes red. See the logos of these two. I probably pointed at nobody right
See,
now.
I thought everyone would go black, but like I would go on red, and I have to be honest here. I think so. Can I lie?
You're locked
could
in. Too
probably
late.
lie.
Wade's on red.
Oh, damn it.
You lie
And
next
Bob's
time.
on black. Here we go. And 53% bet on black. It's another point for Bob. Wade
I
is-
double my life savings, bitches. Is that what happens? Is that who
Yeah.
pays that?
Yeah, well, it's what I'm deciding has happened. Bob has now doubled his life savings. Wade, you have nothing.
Everyone that bet on black, you're wrong.
Clearly not.
Okay, so this is an example of like where I think you guys, if you think about this, can use like group psychology. And Wade, yes, you can. You don't have to be too truthful unless that's just what you want to do.
Oh, good. I like this game a lot more now.
Now I'm going to win. Now it's going to be different.
Now that I'm behind 2 points, my comeback begins.
I'm not behind 2 points. Is that the truth?
I don't know. It's really, strategy really matters. Okay, so Bob, your turn. Very simple. Would you rather play Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
Group psychology. Guitar Hero is the iconic, classic originator of the guitar thing.
Qualification on this one, you have to play it for the rest of your life.
Guitar Hero is classic, but it's limited. You can only play guitar. You can only have... Rock Band is a whole band. And they expanded on that. You could sing. There's a Beatles rock band, which I sang, played drums and guitar, and my friend and I had mic stands and everything. We did the whole thing. We sang harmonies. That's enticing. And they had all kinds of good stuff, but Guitar Hero Metallica has a ton of great tracks. And the drumming in Guitar Hero Metallica was fantastic. And it was really, really good. You could get the advanced drum set and use that in Guitar Hero. And I don't know if you could use that in Rock Band, but probably. Do people want the original or do they want options?
I didn't even know Guitar Hero had a drum option.
Guitar Hero later expanded to include drums and vocals in a similar way or same way that Rock Band did, but not until after, I think, Guitar Hero Aerosmith maybe or something. Guitar Heroes 1 through 3 were guitar and bass only, and they were the one thing. But they sort of, they expanded. Once Rock Band came out, they were like, we can do that too. You can look at the thing.
Holy shit, you know a lot about this.
I love rhythm games, man. I feel like I would want to play Rock Band because I have more nostalgia connected to it, and Rock Band Metallica specifically was a large part of my high school, college experience with some specific friends. But I think the general public would vote for Rock Band because it's a more general experience, and you can sing and you hit the microphone to play tambourine. I'm gonna go Rock Band.
All right, Rock Band. He's Rock Banded in. All right, Wade.
Can I go with the same answer? Because like I was also
you
going to go Rock Band.
answer. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like the same way. Like there were some things about Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 3 was where I was introduced to those games. Absolutely love it and had a lot of fun playing 1, the Dragon Force Through the Fire and the Flames, all that stuff. But yeah, Rock Band with all the different options and like I've not played. Was there a newer Guitar Hero than 3? I don't know the answer. I guess you're saying yes because
There were several that followed 3 that included a microphone and drum sets. So it was.
I never played those or even heard that much about them. Whereas Rock Band and all the downloadable songs and everything were pretty popular for a long time. I'm gonna go Rock Band too.
All right, you're both into Rock Band. I didn't expect this one to have as much debate as this would, but okay, we're locked in Rock Band. And You are both unfortunately apparently wrong. 62% prefer Guitar Hero, and I think that might just be name recognition.
Well, that is the right choice. I personally would pick Guitar Hero if I was asked that in a way where they just wanted my opinion.
So maybe you guys cannot trust your group psychology minds.
Psychology is wrong, and I no longer believe in it as a field of science. Take that, psychology.
Interesting.
I'm moving on to psychopathy.
Psychopathy?
That's my new strategy.
Yeah. All right. Okay, good. Wade, speaking of psychopathy, would you rather drink milk for the rest of your life or drink orange juice for the rest of your life?
Ooh.
Milk goes with cereal. Milk goes with so many things. I love orange juice with breakfast, but almost every breakfast I could drink orange juice with. Almost every breakfast I could drink orange juice with, I could substitute milk and be fine. So I'm going to go milk.
Milk? Okay. Wade's a milkman. I love how Wade's image for me is frozen into just this death stare grimace on the side. Just...
Yeah, Wade, your internet. You all right? You uploading
no,
stuff?
No, it's fine.
You good?
Yeah.
I think so.
You're coming in strong.
I like milk. I'm a milk fan. And it is pretty versatile, including, I don't know if it counts as drinking milk to make it into like ice cream or milkshakes or whatever, but it's good stuff. But the one thing I don't think milk handles very well is alcohol. And if I was going to have to drink something for the rest of my life, I would want it to be able to mix well into like other things that I would enjoy as an adult. And I feel like orange juice is a really versatile alcohol mixer. You can mix it with lots of different stuff. It can go lots of directions. It's a good base for that sort of thing. Plus, you could just mix non-alcoholic like drink things with it. Orange juice mixed with other stuff is delicious. And I need a good, tasty drink for the rest of my life. So I got to go with orange juice.
Okay. All right. We're split on this one.
Can't you have like, don't Moscow cow mules and stuff have milk in them?
No, yeah, there are totally drinks that have dairy products in them. It's usually like heavy cream or something. I don't like those drinks. I think that those are gross, except for Bailey's. I don't generally like dairy products and alcohol.
Okay. So, Bob, your orange juice. Wade, your milk.
Yeah.
And the winner is Bob with 53% preferring orange juice. I don't like
wrong
that.
With people?
I agree. Milk is absolutely more versatile. You can cook with it. You can do so. You can actually.
You can cook with orange juice.
You can't cook as
What do
many
you think
things.
orange chicken has in it?
Whoa, wow, you can make orange chicken good.
You can make orange chicken? You can make orange pork chunks? You can make orange beef?
No. The thing about orange is you can only make orange flavored things. Milk, you cook with milk, it's not milk flavored. It's milk is the protein and fat in it is useful in so many different recipes.
But that's a drink you can cook with yogurt too. You can cook with lots of stuff that is like milk without having for it to be milk. And also, it's only the thing that you're drinking. It didn't say that you couldn't cook with milk. You just said you have to drink orange juice.
That's a good point. I also don't really like orange juice that much because I feel like it's just like it's sugar water. It's all the not good parts of an orange without any of the fiber and the
I prefer my orange juice to have the maximum amount of pulp that's physically able to be in there for it to still be a liquid technically, but also I pretty much exclusively drink the zero sugar versions of the orange juice stuff anyway, because no, it is like horrendously sugary. It's basically soda. It's just like orange sugar water.
Yeah,
this whole thing feels like a giant PSA of don't listen to the majority, because the majority's been wrong every time so far.
I don't know, I feel like I've been right. I've been in the majority. Feels right to me. Feels good.
Yeah, it says something about us, doesn't it?
We'll see if you're right. How about this one? Would you rather win a one-day shopping spree to any store or win a 2-week vacation to any destination?
A 24 hours in the store, anything I can get out the door becomes mine.
Yes.
Or a 2-week vacation. I feel like I would go with the shopping spree. I could afford a 2-week vacation if I just literally spent an entire day cleaning out, I don't even know what store, like the world's largest Best Buy or something.
Or like a jewelry store.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that counts. That's true. How much valuable stuff can you carry away from a 24-hour shopping spree? All of it, probably. Then I could buy whatever.
Okay, that's a good point. That is all really good points. Wade, what do you think?
I would personally rather take the 2-week vacation, but
you're the boat guy over here.
I feel like the audience out here. Oh God, dude, 2 weeks on a boat.
You could have a 2-week boat vacation. That's a vacation.
The lack of intelligence and good opinions has been like, oh, we want to go rob a store all day. It makes sense people are going to go that way.
Okay, but you're leaning vacation, boat man?
24 hours is also, like, normally those things are like, you have 5 minutes, grab what you can, put it in the back. 24 hours is like, so how many of those 80-inch TVs you got in the back? Oh, we got 50. Not anymore, you don't.
Even just say it's a shopping spree while the store is open for a day. So you get like 10 hours or whatever. That's enough
Oh, if it's only 10 hours to rob a jewelry store, then man, that's what people are going to go with. That's how the majority is going to vote. But not me. I'm taking my vacation. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
Have fun being poor on your boat.
You know what? I'm going to have 0 points today, but I'm going to be happy.
All right, cool. Well, Wade's locking in his 2-week boat vacation out in the middle of the ocean, nowhere in particular.
Can't say no.
He could have had a shopping spree at a boat store, but he picks that.
Stuff sucks.
You could have had so many boats, man.
I have 50 boxes of unopened shit already. I don't need more.
What if one of them has a boat in it and you don't even know?
The shocking thing is, with 58% of the vote, Wade earns the point because for some stupid reason, people picked the 2-week vacation.
They know happiness trumps crap.
Did you say 58% of the boat?
Of the Is that what I said?
The boaters agree.
The boats have it.
I don't get this because a 1-day shopping spree, all you can grab. You go to like the world's largest gold store or whatever, or anything, or an entire...
The correct answer was the store.
Or the Ferrari dealership.
I have a theory.
Yeah. What's that?
Maybe this is an American take, but maybe it's not. It seems like this is an issue where people want money, people need money, but people are also unwilling to like take a vacation. It's like a cultural thing where it's like you have to work hard so you can support your family or support yourself or whatever. And so people are like, well, if I was given a vacation, you're sort of obligated to go on this vacation. But if I was given more money, I would just pay off my bills or whatever. And they wouldn't take a vacation because people are more inclined to work harder, work your, do your side hustle, whatever. Grind set mindset sort of thing. Maybe it's a thing where it appeals to the people who voted on this who are like, well, I would have to take a vacation and I could use a vacation.
Sure. All right.
That must be it.
You guys ever think it's weird that like funeral homes don't have a gift shop?
Yes.
Anyway, go on.
Where did that come from? Anyway,
just places you could shop for the day. I was like, oh, a funeral home. Well, they don't have a gift shop, so maybe
go
not.
to shop for go on a casket shopping spree.
You could have you know what they could have in the gift shop? It could be like Disney, where there's an area where when you're passing by the casket paying your respects, there's a camera and you smile at the camera. And then in the gift shop,
you don't know what part of the body the camera's on.
Yeah, no, you have to
the whole way.
You have to go a couple times and figure out where the camera is to get the right picture. And one time you could be like eating a slice of pizza, like whoa. But then in the gift shop, you could buy the commemorative photo and put it in a crappy little cardboard frame they give you, and then you'll never forget whoever died.
Yeah, exactly. And it could be like the Haunted Mansion where, where you get the picture and then when you see on the screen, it's like, whoa, there's Grandma's ghost.
They're sitting next to you.
Oh, I'm going to haunt you forever. Oh, you should have visited me more while I was alive. Funny stuff.
Yeah, Wade, since you seem to be going down the path of insanity early today, would you rather... Smile like that. Your video finally came back. Would you rather be able to survive any injury or fall, or be able to pull out any Acme Corporation product out of your pocket at any moment?
Survive doesn't necessarily mean that like I'm in good shape. So for the sake of my hilarious comedy, being able to get the things I imagine in my weird brain whenever I want them helps me in my career a lot more. I will take that. Where am I falling from? I guess the stairs. It can kill me. That's fine.
When your pants fall down and you fall down the stairs, you're going to regret your choice.
That is true. You started off this episode with a fall to your death, so...
Yeah, but it says survive, not necessarily like... Will you say no injuries whatsoever?
Survive any injury or fall.
But you can still get injured.
Yeah, you can still get injured, but you'll survive it. Yeah.
Nah, give me the Acme product.
All right, he's Acme. Bob, what are you?
I'm going to change the assumptions that we're working on with this. I'm assuming this is in the context of like Wile E. Coyote. Clearly, this is like cartoons,
Probably.
right?
Sure.
When a cartoon character falls off a cliff or gets crushed on an anvil or any number of things that happen to them, they don't just like survive with every bone in their body crushed and barely clinging to life. It gets off and they're all, and then they're fine.
Well, sometimes they have like the full bandages and stuff. Sometimes they're like wrapped up.
Yeah, but like it's then the next shot, then there's no crutch, no bandage. They're fine. They recover quickly.
Magic of editing, Bob. That could be like 4 weeks later.
If that comes with it, and I'm assuming it does, I choose surviving falling off of stuff.
You know what assuming does to you?
Ask you me. Got it. Yep. Thank you.
That's where Acme comes from. That's you mean. So Bob is surviving any injury or fall, and Wade, your Acme Corporation, and the winner with 76% is surviving any injury or fall.
I'm a man of the people.
That's Bob.
That's why they call me that.
Why do y'all want to live so bad?
Yeah, no, Acme Corporation stuff. Okay, it's not the most reliable. Okay, we can all admit that. But you can pull it out of your pocket at any time. Acme sledgehammer, Acme saw, Acme parachute, Acme anything.
If your job and your career in life and your purpose in doing things isn't comedy, that's way less helpful. If you're like a construction worker and you're on a job site and some guy's like, gosh, yeah, I left my hammer. You gotta borrow your hammer, and you're just like, swing! It might explode. Like,
okay, I start to fall. I pull out my Acme mattress and land on that.
Yeah, I'm hooking up with someone. I pull out my Acme condom. It's right there.
Then I pull out my Acme backup eyeball.
You pull up your Acme parachute, and then that fails, and you pull your Acme backup chute, and then that fails, and then you pull your Acme bowling ball, but somehow that saves your life because it's Acme and it does the opposite.
All right. Well, either way, Bob gets the point. Somehow, Wade,
I'm just in tune. I'm in tune with everyone in the universe.
All right, Wade, align yourself with the people.
I can't. I'm superior. It's so hard.
Ooh, well, let's see. All right, let's see. Would you rather have the ability to teleport or the ability to travel through time?
Ooh.
Teleport. I got no interest in the future or the past. But if I don't have to worry about drivers, God, yes, just get me to a place like instantly. Don't have to worry about flying or lines, traffic, accidents, none of that. I'm just where I want to be and whatever. I'm happy in the present. There's nothing in the past I need. There's nothing in the future I need. I'm good right here.
What a reasonable take.
Reasonable. Bob, give me something unreasonable.
We all know that everything is teetering on the edge right now. The entire world, our existence, humanity's survival, it's in question. It's unclear. If it's gonna come to a head, if it's gonna end anyway, if something horrible is gonna happen, which we know it probably is in our lifetimes, I want the ability to go ahead and have a little peek and then enjoy other points in time that are not right now, so I can feel like at least I got to have a life, even if it wasn't in my time. I want to be a time tourist. And if the world's going to end anyway, which it definitely is pretty soon, then it doesn't matter if I go back and I butterfly effect the absolute shit out of something and change the course of human events. Maybe I'll accidentally save humanity. Maybe I'll go back in time and do something, and I'll leave my cell phone, and they'll understand what it is, and it'll lead to the advance in technology so great that when I come back to now, we'll have like faster than light travel.
But there's a qualifier. You cannot affect the time-space continuum.
On purpose? I'm not careful. What?
I gotta throw this out there too. You go back in time and you're like, oh man, I gotta take a prehistoric dump. Where's the toilet paper? Uh-oh. And you find like people throwing their shit out of their buckets onto the ground. You're like, oh God, but I gotta go. Oh no. And you're like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just go 10 years into the future. And then you find out a comet hit Earth. You go 10 years in the future and it's just like on fire and you burn alive. It's like, you know, we all think of like the romanticized, like, I go back and I get to see Abraham Lincoln or whatever. I get to go future. I get to see all the amazing technological innovations. What if it's death?
I want to see the end of that play he ruined.
What if it's death, and what if you have to poop when there's no toilet paper? Have you thought of that?
Death is coming anyway, and everybody knows that's why the Toilosaurus Rex is named the way it is.
Teleport, baby!
You can't teleport to the past. That's a non-argument.
Oh man, good. We just glossed over some bangers.
I'm glad that you heard it, Mark, because I threw that in there just expecting it to get nothing.
Yeah, what did you just say before Tylosaurus Rex? Toilosaurus Rex?
Everybody knows that's why the Toilosaurus Rex.
Oh no, before Abraham ruined that play.
I want to see the end of that play he ruined. I heard it got great reviews. And then everyone was all worked up, and then it just...
I thought it was a confusing play. It was a real head scratcher, wasn't it?
All right, anyway, so...
I want to see that play like I want a hole in the head.
All right, and this one is exactly 50-50 split.
Boo!
Well, that doesn't seem very real at all.
However, there is a numerical vote difference, so I have to go with that.
Woo!
There's over 800,000 votes between these, and the one with 836,000 versus 823,000. The majority one is the ability to teleport.
That's I feel like we should both get points. That's effectively a tie. It's just a narrow margin.
But however,
that's a statistically insignificant difference if you ask
there
statistics.
is a difference, and I will
Dude,
give
our
the
score is significantly insignificant.
Maybe yours
Statistically
is.
insignificant.
Mine's rolling out the bottom of my gym shorts right now. God, my score's doing great. I'm impressive.
Someone turned the hot water off in the shower on my score.
All right. Well, you guys can compare scores in a little bit after we get a few more in. Bob, you're up. Would you rather laugh uncontrollably at insurance commercials, complete hysterics, or become wildly aroused at car commercials? Uncontrollable arousal.
If I already do both of these things, I was hoping one of them would be a no for me, but...
Well, you have to pick one and eliminate the other out of your life.
I would definitely go with laughing uncontrollably at insurance commercials, because I think, one, people tell me constantly my laugh is great, and so I'm assuming that would be a joy for people around me to enjoy my laugh and have all their cancers cured and whatever. But also, that's just like a really funny... story starter, because no matter how bad the commercial is, if you're laughing, at some point someone's gonna be like, what about that was funny? That was a really mediocre, and you can either go with the bit and make them think you think it's funny, or you can explain it. It's funny. I think that's funny.
Okay. All right.
I feel like guy who laughs at insurance commercials is that guy you don't want to be around. Whereas we live in the age of don't kink shame. I'd fuck cars. I mean, I would get aroused by cars. That's what I meant.
You eventually one's going to follow to the other, probably, but that's fair.
Plus, there's Rule 34, so if I want to look at cars, I can just Google Porsche Rule 34. Be like, dude, that Porsche and that Jaguar.
Well, I don't think that would have the same effect because it's not a commercial.
Well, maybe one leads to the other. Maybe I get aroused by one and I finish the job on the other.
If you were already wildly aroused at car commercials, you would just watch car commercials because that's what would do it for you. You don't need to go to the porn version. The commercial is your porn.
What happens?
Well, getting aroused is different than finishing the job.
That's up to you. I don't care.
What happens if you're Wade and that is happening to you, but you're watching that fake car commercial where the zombie jumps up in the middle of it, where it's just a nondescript car driving through some hills, but then the zombie... Do you finish when the zombie jumps up, or does that ruin it?
Guest appearance? Oh my god.
It's a group scene!
Cars are my favorite porn actors, but God, that's okay if they bring the occasional guest.
I'm gonna.
I would laugh at insurance commercials.
Yeah, Bob gets the point with 63%.
Is that the actual? Is that what it actually is?
63%, 850,000 votes to 37% would rather become wildly aroused at car commercials.
You know what, Wade? I feel bad for you on this one. That's just a bunch of people denying their inner selves. I think being prudish.
They're afraid, and I get that. That's why I've been on the superior side of these votes. I am myself. I am fully understanding the me and accepting, where some people are in denial about cars.
Is that why you don't own a car? Are you afraid of having to drive a car?
Oh my god, I would love a convertible, man, but when they put that top down,
topless.
Anyway, Wade, would you rather be a centaur or a mermaid?
Dude, mermaid. If Ariel's out there, dude, please put me in the water. I'll find her.
But I'm just kind of curious about this. Do you automatically assume that just because you're a mermaid, Ariel would pick you? Ariel did pick.
It would just mean at least she has a chance of being real. It's like, even if it was like a 1 in a billion chance, at least there would be a chance. You know, Jim Carrey said that originally, like, so you're saying there's a chance. Like, it exists. Whereas if I'm a centaur, like, I guess I can run and people can ride me.
You know how The Little Mermaid ended?
Yeah, probably in divorce a few years later, dude. They didn't even know each other when they got married.
But Ariel was no longer. Ariel had feet.
She can try to get away and have her rebellious phase, but she'll probably come back.
There's a lot of assumptions going on into here.
Don't try to fight my rationalization for my first love.
I'm pretty with you, Wade. I gotta be honest. My first cartoon crush was Kim Possible, and goddamn, if I didn't grow up to become a fat, nerdy computer kid who just wanted to have his own Kim Possible.
Is that to the mermaid? Are you picking mermaid, Bob? Was that?
No, I'm not picking mermaid because I know he's wrong, because I know what the people want. But I'm just saying Wade is superior, and I agree with him on this
People
one.
want to be centaurs. What do you do?
Fair.
You get to poop and have your hooves.
Look, I would want to be a centaur because sexy Hermes centaur from the Futurama Dungeons and Dragons 2-part episode might exist somewhere out there, and I would be into that. But also, I would just really enjoy being able to run as fast as like a horse, but then still have my people half, so I could like talk to people and hang out and play video games.
Or you could be your own boat.
What are you talking about? The potential existence of the mythical creature Botar? Or are you referencing something else that I'm unaware of?
A mermaid swimming is what I was referencing, but
a mermaid is their own boat. Got it. Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think it's that drastically different from you just swimming?
I mean, if you got the fishtail, it's got to be faster.
I suppose, but it's not really a boat. It's more of a submarine.
Can we combine the two and make a mertar or a sinmaid?
Would you want the horse top and fish bottom, or do you want
fish top, horse bottom?
Fish top, horse bottom. Fish top, horse bottom. Final answer.
What's that horse do, though?
Human top from the centaur, fish bottom from the mermaid. So then I would just be a mermaid.
What about human top from the centaur, fish bottom from the... Wait, shit. Same thing. Fish top from the mermaid and horse bottom is... You're just a centaur. You're only just a centaur, just a mermaid if you combine. What happened to Minotaur? Why isn't Minotaur in this?
It's not. Shut up. It's not even.
Minotaur and centaur are like inverses. What's the opposite of a mermaid where it's like fish top, human bottom?
A minotaur is not the inverse of a centaur. What is wrong with you?
It's like, you know, it's close.
Isn't that like 2 beast legs and like a demony non-human top still?
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that
like, you know, it's
that's
closer,
not the inverse
like,
of a centaur.
It has tar in it, sure.
So do roads, but I don't want to be a road.
Oh, man. Okay.
I think Wade's saying he wants to be a fish tar.
Yeah, he wants to be a fish tar, which I think is mermaid.
Fish top, horse bottom.
What did you pick?
I pick centaur.
All right.
Mermaid!
Bob gets the point. 53% want to be a centaur.
I'm honestly surprised.
I am
I'm
kind of
surprised
too.
at that.
Because it's like the kind of different experience of like living in the ocean, but also I wouldn't want to be in the ocean. It scares me. So centaur, kind of cool, I guess. There's also comments with these. The first comment is just horse cock, and then there's no more.
I should have known. I
could finally be at the bottom of my gym shorts like my friends.
How are people afraid of fucking cars, but they want a horse dick?
Look, wait, the wronger you are, the more superior that proves you to be. So you win either way.
I know, but it's lonely at the top.
Yeah, no, it must be. It must be.
Bob, I can't see how long we've been going. Just let me know so I know how to.
About 50 minutes, give or take.
Okay. All right. We got some more. All right. Whose turn is it? Bob, I think it's yours. Would you rather punch every trick-or-treater that knocks on your door in the face?
Oh.
Or answer the door for trick-or-treaters completely naked?
Ooh. I feel like answering the door completely naked definitely comes with way more jail time, so I guess I'm gonna punch him in the face.
We gotta look up, like, what is the court case for, like...
I don't... Whichever one does not end up with me registered as a sexual offender in my neighborhood is the one I'm gonna go with there, I guess. God.
It's a thing where, like, on the first one, if you're naked, you're getting arrested, but you probably wouldn't be arrested until, like, the third or fourth kid.
You'd have a long string of opening the door until you open the door naked for the cops, and then
they better not say trick or treat, or they're all right. So you're picking punching.
I'm punching, I guess. Yeah,
I am too. I'd rather have violent asshole on my resume than sex offender.
It doesn't say you have to punch as hard as you can. You punch lightly.
Oh, you.
Like, I was just trying to punch him on the shoulder, casually, and then I hit all 5 of those kids in their own faces. It was an accident.
Let's assume it's as hard as you can to make it fair.
Yeah. Can you answer the door naked, but with, like, something in front of you?
The bowl of candy is in front of you. I guess, but that has worse implications.
I think the implication is they see you naked.
Yeah.
You want some candy? Just reach in.
Let's go for the punching. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, punching.
Yeah, let's punch him. Punch him. Okay, and both of you. This is way too evenly split. Both of you get the point.
Oh no!
But I'm not happy with how much. It's 52% to 48, but for punching. So you both get a point.
Well, what if? All right,
maybe 48% of the voters are also kids.
The only response for the favor of naked is, that'll keep them away.
God.
I'll be naked and punch them in the face. The best of both worlds. I'm pretty sure both are illegal, and they still picked the naked one. There's one that says, I very much enjoy a bit of violence every now and then.
I feel like we're revealing a lot about people that's not good. They prefer Guitar Hero. They like being naked around kids. What's wrong with these people? And none of them fuck cars. What the fuck?
What if they just think they can convince everyone that it's a costume? Like, the cops are there like, sir, we've heard that you've been answering the door naked, and you appear to be naked right here. No. It's a suit. The dick is fake. Grab it. And the cop, you just call their bluff, and the cops are like, I'm not gonna grab it. You have, like, packaging of, like, naked man suit and whatever. You could prepare. You could try and convince.
The package of naked man suit. I don't know.
Oh, are you supposed to be Elsa? What are you supposed to be? Oh, I'm MILF.
I'm Greg Schlongley, star of the Ace Ventura porn spoof videos. Have you not? No? He's a very famous actor, porn actor, but this is what he looks like.
Yeah.
We go back to the mermaids. I like that better.
Wade, I've got one for you. Would you rather randomly go limp at any time, at least once a day, or be deaf?
Like my whole body just like collapses kind of once a day?
Yeah, let's just say for a few minutes, at any time. So it could be when you're driving. It could be when you're in public. Could be when you're on the edge of a cliff. You don't know.
I work from home. I don't like moving or going places. And if it was dangerous for me to do so, I'd have even more excuses not to. I'll go limp. Because I'm just sitting in my computer chair, I'll just be like, oh, for a minute. And it's like, all right, I'm back. It's like, wait, do you want to drive to the, I go limp. Like, shit, all right, that's right. I guess we'll get you later. It's like, yeah, bring me back something.
Possibly the most unhinged choice you've made so far, which is almost impressive.
If I'm laying on a boat and it happens, guess what? I'm laying on a boat.
Or, you're on the railing and you go limp and you fall in the ocean.
Yeah, no, I think you're underestimating
That's what life jackets are for. Be
exactly
safe.
How it might be when you go fully limp, no core or anything holding you up. Unless the arms in your office chair are much, much higher than I think they are, there's no way you're staying in an office chair if you go full body limp. I just want to say that. That's a very unlikely outcome. It's most likely you would end up crumpled over on the floor.
Oh, and I'll get some like padded carpet underneath.
This one doesn't seem that hard of a choice to me, and somehow Wade made the exact wrong one. How would you not want to be deaf? Not only is the world filled with devices and technology and solutions to make it so that deaf people basically have no limitations, aside from actually just not being able to hear sound or whatever. Like, you live a almost no difference whatsoever in your life, except for how you do some things and handle specific, tasks you have to do. And it's a great community. I feel like it would be cool. It would be great to be hopefully welcomed into the deaf community and to have a new like place where it feels like you belong and all these, new friends and people and connections and stuff. Randomly going limp sounds super dangerous. Being deaf does not sound like it would negatively impact my life in any way I can imagine. And it would probably add some really great aspects to it. I feel like happily be deaf.
All right.
I would happily be limp. My career depends on me being able to hear things.
Yeah. Get a new job. Get a real job.
I know there's ways around it. There's like subtitles and things around it, but I don't know. I enjoy having all of my senses and occasionally just like fall into the floor.
You would absolutely snap your neck within the first month of you being fully limp.
Well, then I wouldn't live to regret it.
All right. Wade's
true.
going limp.
That's true.
Bob's going deaf. And this is actually, I looked at the statistics for this one before because I'm like, this must be split. It's not. 73% agree on one thing, and that's to go limp.
What?
I know. I feel like people extremely underestimate how dangerous just going limp is. They assume, I just go limp, I flop. You flop from the top of wherever you are. If you're at the top of the stairs, you're probably dead.
Well, hold on. It's once per day, right?
It's once per day for an undisclosed duration, and from an...
If it happens to get out of the way early, then you know you're safe the rest of the day. And if it doesn't, you have someone there to guide you until it does happen. Then you're like, all right, I'm good for the rest of the day.
What about being deaf? You just...
I'm not saying that would be like the worst thing in the world. I'm saying for me personally, I would rather go limp.
You have to know that you're just like, any moment I could just...
No personal experience with either of these things, but from what I've seen of like friends and acquaintances I've known who've dealt with being deaf versus who've dealt with like paralysis, and not even full body paralysis, but just like different variations of it, being deaf has a minimal impact, if anything, and it seems totally fine. The limp thing is so incredibly dangerous. If you're eating and you have a thing in your mouth, if you're brushing your teeth, if you have a Q-tip in your ear, how do you take a shower? You have to you can't take a bath because you'll just drown. It's not like you're just limp for half a second. You're going to be limp for some duration of time. Mm-hmm. Your face could go into things. It's so dangerous. People are stupid. Now I'm upset that I was right so much of the time because this is clearly the wrong choice.
It's clearly the wrong choice, but Wade still managed to get it.
It was correct for me. The average person, I agree with y'all. For the average person, I would not think that would be, but for me, I'd make it work.
Whatever. Anyway, Bob, this one will probably be a lot easier for you. Would you rather be a piece of toast for a full day without moving, or
butter me up, baby,
be a toaster, and it does not specify how much time you are a toaster,
be a toaster,
and get used frequently?
Oh God!
I don't know why.
Oh, hold on.
How many slots do I have?
Let's say you're a 4-slot toaster with bagel space.
Oh God, I'm the cool kind of toaster.
Yeah.
Do I have an LCD display or an LED screen on me?
You do, and but it also has physical buttons. So, best of both worlds.
Yes, perfect.
You're a piece of toast for a day without moving, or you're a toaster and you get used frequently.
I think the lurking piece of information here is that you're a piece of toast for a day, but where are you? Because toast is delicious. And it's a high chance that if you're a delicious looking piece of toast, you're going to be eaten. Even if someone were to just find a piece of, like if I walked into my kitchen and there was just toast on the counter, if I was comfortable with it, if it was like still warm or something, I might be like, can I eat this? Is this for you? What? But even if it was like old toast and I just found it, I'd be like, no, this is good for the dog. Old crunchy toast is a great snack for a dog. They love crunching up those old stale, I just feel like that's the thing that's unspoken in that one is that's a lot of peril. You're essentially gambling that you'll survive the whole day. I think I would want to be a dope-ass toaster.
That's a good point. That's a great point, actually. All right, Wade, are you going to roll the dice on being toast for a day, or are you going to be a toaster? And it does say for the toaster one, it says your toaster family, whoever owns you, loves you dearly. You're fulfilled, you have purpose, and they love you.
Beautiful.
I don't know, man. I think the unbuttered life is not worth living. I'll be toast. And if I get eaten, I get eaten. You know?
I think he just wants to die. I think Wade just wants to die.
If you are a toaster, you sit around waiting to be used.
You get used frequently. Frequently. It says frequently.
They love me.
Well, how often they make toast for every meal?
At least daily. You at least toast something daily.
So at most 3 times a day, you're probably being used. The rest of the day, you just sit there. And this is assuming you even have like any like brain at all to know what's going on. Like you could just literally be a toaster, and that's it. There's no life to you. You're just a toaster. Whereas at least if I'm toast for a day, that means I had a life either before or after if I don't get eaten. I have a chance at something more than just being. Plus, I get buttered up and enjoyed. And if I get to please someone's taste buds on the way out, all the better. Eat me, baby.
Get buttered up and eaten alive. Plus, I'm positing that I'm going to be a smart toaster connected to the internet. And if I'm connected to Wi-Fi, I'm going to Wreck-It Ralph that shit and climb through the plug into the Wi-Fi and go explore the E-Boys. Okay? I will take full advantage. There's plenty of life online.
Okay. All right.
Butter and blackberry jam me, baby.
So, Bob, your toaster, Wade, your buttered toast. This one's very close. It is very close. It's 51% to 49%. That's how close it is. And with 51%, and the point goes to Bob for wanting to be a toaster. Recognizing the danger. That was all the comments below were the dangers of like, we would be eaten. We would be eaten. Yes.
What is living as a toaster?
All right, Wade, I'm going to come kill you at some point. I'm not going to tell you when, where, or how. But
That's
just
better than turn me into a fucking vacuum or something.
It's not a vacuum. It's a toaster. Your family loves you and you get used all the time.
Have you ever seen Brave Little Toaster?
I love my toilet too. It's very comfortable. Doesn't mean I want to be the toilet.
That wasn't the question.
We're not all made to be shit eaters, but if your entire existence is focused around the idea of consuming the feces of another species, you probably love doing that. That's probably your jam.
I just don't want to be an appliance. I'd rather have a life, and then if my last day is being toast and getting eaten and pleasing someone's mouth, I'll do it.
You want to be the thing the appliance shits out, and then the human eats, and then the human shits out, and then gets flushed away forever.
And guess what? Appliances eventually go bad or break. Then what?
No appliance ever breaks. Every appliance I've ever had has been
everything's
perfect.
made to last. You're a toaster, your family loves you. Till 5 years from now, when you're crusty, old, and outdone, and there's a better product out there, then you're in a trash heap for eternity.
Then you get to live at Goodwill. Goodwill's cool. I would hang out at Goodwill. They got sticky books to read. They got sticky video games. You got sticky plates and silverware if you got to have a meal.
But eventually, your fate is the same of mine, and at least mine was for only one day. So pretend you're perfectly safe as your toaster until you're not.
Okay, well, Wade's going to start smashing toasters from now on, just in case, and kill all these happy toasters. You are the junk man who was operating the big magnetic crane in the movie, and I very scary.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, that was terrifying as a kid. Wade, you have a choice here, and I made this one specially for you. It's worth double points. It's worth 2 whole big points.
I think I'm down by 8, so this is when my comeback begins.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have hair
Go on.
that is so long it touches the ground and never be able to cut it again, so it will always be at least your height in length, or shave yourself bald every morning?
It's hard to imagine what it would even feel like to shave yourself bald every morning.
Yeah, that's weird enough.
That sounds like a lot of effort. However, coming from the once having hair club, I know how annoying having hair can be, and watching Molly like try to brush her hair, wash her hair, and all of that. Having hair that long and that much of it, if you want to dye that hair, if you want to like brush it, put it up into a certain, like that is going to be so much more work than bzz, 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 bzz. Keep me bald and happy, baby.
I like that. I like that. He's picking shaved bald every morning. You're going to look, I do agree, like kind of in a way, having that long hair might be inconvenient, but also, you know, luscious locks. You could wear them in a certain style. But Bob, what's your answer?
I wish I actually did have hair that long, because that's the kind of quality that when a person has it, it becomes their entire life and you don't have to do anything else. And we live in a world where if that was my curse, I would make that my personality. I would make that my job. I would be like a hair influencer or whatever. Like, yeah, it would be a lot of work, but that would subsume everything about my life, and I wouldn't have to have any other aspects to my personality. That would just be who I was, what I did all the time, and I could get help with it. You know, I'm a hairstylist, hairdresser, whatever. I'm not saying that I know for sure what that would be like, but I would be okay having the hair and making that would be a very defining characteristic. And I've always thought I'm a nondescript, non-interesting, average-looking, like, dude. Like, I'm just some guy. I think it would be interesting to live that life where you're such a distinctive person. Because there are definitely people in the world where it's like, there's a thing about you that clearly defines how you look, who you are, and you clearly embrace that. I think that would be interesting. It might be difficult, but I would choose that.
You go to vacuum, the vacuum's clogged from one hair, a piece of hair gets into your food, and you turn into a magician where you're like, oh.
Well, I think you probably just stop swallowing initially. You don't need to swallow the whole length of the hair.
Well, sometimes it gets like, like if it gets caught up in like a pastry or something you make and you don't know it, and then like the very end, you're like,
I think if it was that long and it was continuously going, I would probably notice that at some point and be like, oh, let me pull that out.
well, it can be wrapped up in like one little hairball that you.
Well, then you just swallow the hairball.
I would just not eat the hairball. Yeah, I would just
feel like you would notice it, but
Point being bald so much easier, and I look fucking great.
I definitely agree that it's easier, and you pull it off.
bald.
I don't think I could pull off bald. I think I have a really ugly head.
I didn't think so either till I did it.
I have like a mole thing that I can feel is like a lump right here.
I got a couple I've got a bump somewhere. I don't know where it is. I got a couple bumps on my head. Just hard to notice. Plus we're tall, Bob. No one sees the top of our head unless we want them to.
It's easily concealed. That's true.
absolutely, I guess. I wouldn't know. But this one is also split 50%. It's even closer of a margin than the other one because it's 338 to 333.
This is people afraid of being bald and afraid what they look like bald.
And the winner of this point was 338,000 versus 34,000 is Wade shaving bald every morning.
Just specifically me.
Yes, you.
Wade. Specifically, would you want to have long hair or have Wade shave his head every morning? Which one?
You've been waiting for it, and here it is, Wade. This is your reward point for being bald.
Dude, I already won best hair like a couple of weeks ago or whatever it was. So like,
that's true.
Best hair, best bald. I'm the best me. All you other Wades and other timelines, fuck yourself. I'm number one, baby. Put me on a boat.
So that concludes all that we have. We ended on a nice double point round that Wade, you won that one.
I won this whole episode as far as I'm concerned. I don't care about the points. Unless I won, then I care. Hold on. Did I win?
The points kind of determine who wins the whole episode. That's kind of how Distractible works.
Well, you're the judge. Maybe it doesn't.
That's true. You could allow Wade the leeway to just decide that whatever he feels is correct.
I won't.
What if you defer to me? Let me wrap this up and declare the winner.
You have the authority. We bow at the altar of Mark for this episode.
That is true.
I agree with Bob. We've agreed on almost everything this episode. That's why it's so close.
I agree with Wade. He's right.
I don't know which one of you wants to win.
One of us speaks in riddles. One of us speaks in rhymes.
All right, so tabulating the points, and there was a lot of interesting conclusions that we came to. We didn't get to a lot of these questions. There were some more basic ones like win an Oscar or Nobel Prize. There was most boring, right? So I skipped over those ones. Allergic to babies, allergic to elderly people, boring, whatever.
Keep them both away.
Yeah, I know, right? Have everyone stare awkwardly, have everyone look away in disgust, whatever, it's fine.
Stare at me, baby.
The winner, with 60% of the points total. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
You need a calculator there, bud?
With the majority of points.
That's good math.
Winning 8-6 is Bob!
Oh!
I can't believe it.
You had some good picks. Wade, I think your downfall was everything.
Losing.
All of the leaps of logic.
I think where I went wrong was sticking with what was right rather than sticking with the majority of idiots would do.
Exactly. Right.
Wow.
Maybe.
So for those of you out there that are part of the majority, I'll take you others. You know who you are.
For those of us out here that are part of the majority, doesn't it feel good to win? Doesn't it feel good to be on top?
Enjoy laughing at your insurance commercials, you centaurs. Good luck itching your ass, centaur.
That all sounds good to me. And you could definitely still reach your ass. You have flexibility. You have a spine.
Your back's so long. How long them arms, though?
Big arms. Big body, big arms. That's how nature works.
There's so many other Would You Rathers out there. If people want to see another one of these, we can do another one. But as always, we'll save it for never coming back to whenever we say we'll do something again. Much like all the other ideas that we have never returned to. And
Wait, haven't we done a Would You Rather before?
who knows? Maybe we have. I have no idea. But thank you, everybody.
This is Mark's time. This is Mark's episode to do a repeat.
But it hasn't happened.
Good bad habits
No,
has been undone.
Didn't we literally? Don't I have a stack of cards sitting over here where we played the Pick Your Poison?
That's
game.
different. That's
It's
different.
effectively a
That's
Would You Rather
different. That's
type of
different.
game.
No,
It seems
no.
pretty same-ish to me.
No.
There's
This
a
is
whole lot of comments from November of last year about Would You Rather, and there's a link to Distractible Would You Rather.
no. It's different. We just decided to call that because it was better clickbait. This is the actual Would You Rather,
Oh,
not
I
some
see.
pick
I
your
see.
poison nonsense.
Sure.
We were picking which thing we would rather do, but
Yes,
it wasn't
exactly. If you read Pick Your Poison, it says, what would you rather do? This is Would You Rather.
Just like on Bad Habits, I had bad habits, then I had good bad habits. It was different. And Bob was, are you getting older, and are we really getting older? Like, because it was in the further in the future.
Don't make fun of mine. Mine was actually exactly the same. Okay, so I'm gonna club above on this
I
one.
found this great game called Pick Your Poison, guys. Honk. No.
What if, wait, Mark, do you secretly have these cards sitting in front of you? Is that what you're doing?
Wait, did we do this or that as well? Isn't that the same?
Listen, why don't you do another tier list, Wade? Why don't you do that next time it circles around for a winning
Whenever
game?
I got a host and I show up unprepared, I will.
You show up unprepared every time! That's every day!
I'm not changing who I am for this show. I am unapologetically me, even if I can't say that word.
And the me I am can't say that word, and I'm not changing it.
Well, you know what? You both don't get either a loser or a winner speech. I'm going to give a host speech, and this is what I declare. The things that we do here are not up to you, and you can't decide what we have and have not done, because every moment of every day is an original moment for us. Life is to be experienced in the now and not the then or forever in the future.
It doesn't matter. I won either way. Good job, buddy.
I'm going to watch some car commercials.
All right, you do that. Do you guys want a winner or loser speech?
I feel like I pretty much gave it already, but to everyone who voted on the thing that we're not going to tell you what it is or where Mark found it, if you participated in that, you're probably right, and you're probably very wise, and you probably made the right choice. Although some of them were much closer than they should have been, and some of you need to really reconsider your stance on becoming full body paralyzed once a day at random.
That's the one that bothers you, not the getting naked in front of children?
Both because it seems to be dismissing all the positive facts about the deaf community and how much you are able to live the exact same full life that you otherwise would be able to if you could hear, and ignoring the dangers of the limpness.
I think you can adjust either way. But don't get naked in front of trigger. Don't punch him either, but like...
No, definitely punch him. Don't get naked.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching and or listening, watching on Spotify and listening everywhere else. We really appreciate you being here. And we don't apologize for removing the YouTube videos again, because we brought them back for a brief moment. You had already accepted them being gone. The clips are still there. You had accepted it being gone, and then we brought it back and we ripped it away from you again, so it should have hurt less the second time. Get used to it. Anyway.
Can we get some fan art as us of like fish tars and mermaids and centaurs? I want to, if you're good at drawing, man, I want to see the Distractible boys as weird, horrible creature combos.
I don't.
What would you be, Mark? What animal would you combine yourself with?
Animal I would combine myself? I don't know.
Like a koala or something?
What? Tune in next time to find out my answer. Guaranteed on the next episode.
Crocodile? Crocoplier?
Listen only here. Make sure to like, favorite, or whatever. Do the thing where you remember when it comes out. We're bi-weekly now, which means 2 a week, maybe. Have a good day.
What's a giraffe be? Geriplier? That sounds like a geriatric Mark. Geriplier rather than...
Marker-raff.
This is half of me is old and half of me is young.
Half of you is old Mark from space.
From here, it's just old man Mark, but down, waist down, young, virile. It's great.
I'm still young and virile down there.
What if it's like you're a baby below and an old man on top?
Well, I'm very top heavy, but it's wobbly on both sides. Anyway, tune in next time to see what weird old baby Mark looks like.
See you for my tier list, Getting Older with Bob, or Would You Rather with Mark.
Yeah, when he does the Distractible episode tier list. Next time. Podcast out.